Hello there. I want to share with you a trio of knives that I picked up at a local flea market, thrift store. Actually, it's more of a local antiques mall. It's a huge area that's got a bunch of different booths, that kind of thing. These are Schrade Scrimshaw of the Great American Outdoors. And you can see it says proudly made in the USA. These are US made Schrades. These are Schrades in truth. Not the stuff that's coming out now from China. This is US made Schrade. And this is part of their Scrimshaw series, and there were a ton of these knives made, all with different patterns and with all different kinds of decorations and designs on them. A wildlife scene or an outdoor scene, hence the name the Great American Outdoors, Scrimshaw of the Great American Outdoors. This series I think had a couple of different names, and they finally settled, I think, on Schrade Scrimshaw of the Great American Outdoors. But I think they started in '79, and this model is a '79. And they went all the way to like 2005. There were two major artists. I don't remember both of their names. Frank Giancano, or I'll look at the signature when we open up the boxes. But these are new old stock. They come in their original boxes. They have the original paperwork. And these have never been sharpened, never been used. But what I like about these, and like I said, there are a ton of different Scrimshaw series knives. And what I would say to you is, even though this one particularly is like 41 years old, they don't command the same kind of price as some of the other American-made knives. And so you can get one of these knives, new old stock, really cheap if you find it. Now you can go on eBay and stuff like that, but I don't do eBay, so what I find normally I find locally when I find used gear. And I was in the antiques mall looking around, just looking for knives, something cheap. And I came across these, and the vendor did not want very much for them individually, but I didn't have hardly any money. And so I looked at them, and then I happened to ask, is there any kind of sale going on? Oh yeah, 40% off of everything. So at the price that they wanted for them, and then 40% off, that's almost half off. I got 3 knives for basically the price of 2, and maybe 10% or 20% on top of it, something like that. These are wonderful knives. Now, these are Scrimshaw patterns, and let's look at them. Let's start with the '79. And these are waterfowl, seagulls, or some type of water. I believe they're seagulls. But comes with the original paperwork. And I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but right here at the very end of this is the date, '79. And the Scrimshaw designs were made by a guy named F. Giorgiani. He signed it. right here. There was another guy that came after him, but I cannot remember his name. But these are beautiful. You can't hardly even feel that transition. They're hot stamped. Nobody actually did these Scrimshaw by hand. But this guy, F whatever I said his name was, I can't remember. Now, designed all of these, and then Schrade built the stamps to stamp them with. But I mean, you look at the knife. It's got a steel back, brass liners, nickel silver bolsters. It has the serpentine Stockman pattern. The blade, the main clip blade has a long pull instead of just a nail clip like the other two, which I absolutely love long pulls. But has Schrade Scrimshaw embossed on the blade, and on the rear a place to put one's initials. They're just absolutely beautiful, wonderful build quality. Nice walk, nice talk, and they come with the typical sheep's foot, and spade blade of the Stockman. Feel wonderful in the hand, just beautiful knives. And these are carbon steel, I believe that they are 1095. This is good steel. Now I've got some oil on these blades because they are carbon. This one is not oil, because if you look at this blade, I don't know if it's this or not. Yeah, you can see there's some tarnish already starting, or patina already beginning on all three of these blades. And this will be the one that I carry because the patina has already started. I love carbon steel, good carbon steel after it patinas. It's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I know everybody else likes a nice shiny blade, but good carbon steel that turns and ages and builds a patina up on it. Something about that patina acts as a natural anti-corrosive, and they're just fabulous. And it gives a knife a lot of character. Matter of fact, if you look at the tarnish, the way they tarnish and the way they weather, no two of them are exactly alike. The patterns that are in the steel, the way that it turns and tarnishes, it's just beautiful stuff. And so I don't own a collection that I'm going to not use. I'm 57 in December, so I don't have a whole lot of time to buy a bunch of stuff and have it lay around and look pretty. I'm going to enjoy what I have while I still have the chance to do so. So that's not the 79. It's a seagull with like a, let me look with a loop and see. I'm assuming that's a lighthouse, but let me look. Yeah. It's seagulls. And in the background you have the lighthouse. Just a beautiful knife in every respect. And it's a Stockman, which is my favorite now. What I like about this series, this trio of knives, is that they're all Stockmans, just from a different year. 79, 85, and 88. The 85 is a weasel. And these blades are oiled. You can, I don't know, you might be able to see the oil. But these blades, these next two blades, every last one of them is absolutely pristine. It had what I would consider to be akin to cosmoline. If you don't know what cosmoline is, look it up. It's a waxy kind of oily type of substance that the military puts on their firearms and stuff when they're going to be stored for a decade or more. And over time what can happen is that the cosmoline can harden and evaporate and just leave it on little areas of the knife or the gun or whatever it is, and it's very hard to get off. And I cleaned that off. And this is the 88. I've got a skunk, mother and baby, I'm assuming. A pair of skunks, rather. And once again, it's a Stockman. And the blades, there's a tiny bit of tarnish right here. But to all intents and purposes, they are pretty much perfect. These are untouched, unsharpened, brand new, old stock in the box. Schrade USA, if you can find it. And it's prolific, okay? They don't cost a whole lot, especially if you get like a used one someone used. 15 or 20 bucks, 25 at the most, will get you a knife that, if it's in good shape, will last you the rest of your life. And they're well worth picking up. They were a good American company that made good, solid American knives, and they are my favorite company, bar none. But I thought that I would share that with you because I think it's really cool. And there are, I'm sure a Stockman put out every flipping year in this series while it ran. I'd love to get every one of them. Anyway, I thought that I would share it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Bless you. I'll talk to you later.